Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Today we are going to be watching a video on why do women hate Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, but first, if you have not joined my Patreon, you should go do that. The link is down below.
Remember, only detain the brown ones. If it's brown, it goes down. Jesus, look out!
Why? Also check out my streaming because I stream 4 times a week on my other YouTube channel and on Twitch.
Probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Get it? Genes? Genes? Because she's attractive?
Because she's attractive. Yeah, exactly that. Genes mean multiple things. The double entendre, the double meaning means hair color, eye color, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of assets.
Did they mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is Nazi shit.
Oh,
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist.
Genuinely think I caught on to the women hate on women very late in life, the jealousy thing. But yeah, no, they will definitely do what they can to smear your name or say anything that they can that's bad about you. And I guess since that insult doesn't work as well as it used to, as it does present day, they'll go for anything.
Come on, Chris. Girls are terrible. They're always backstabbing and giving each other phony compliments.
Oh, wow. You are definitely not afraid of dessert.
You know, I wish I were secure enough to throw on any old thing and call it an outfit.
I am going to be completely honest. I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid. What is wrong with you people? Sydney Sweeney has like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the like,
Big plus.
I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney.
That's very interesting to point out because someone with a lot of money who kind of led a lot of the beauty trends or that specific trend of being extremely curvy in certain areas, even if it's argued she didn't lead it, she played a really large part in demonstrating or using that beauty standard to her advantage, had work done to elevate it. And then somebody with a lot of money like her can just jump on the next beauty trend a little bit easier. And how she used the word, what was it, deflate? Which is interesting because a lot of other women who might have done that naturally by bulking up or eating, or maybe not naturally and gotten surgery to look that way, can't always just reverse it easily. So there's a lot of women who went to that beauty standard and that beauty trend who kind of still have that look. But now that that look's not in, a lot of these famous people who kind of follow, maybe even start beauty trends, can just jump on the next one really quickly. Like they look a totally different person the very next day.
Fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s, we were becoming more progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts. What?
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard. To say, oh, this is kind of a hallmark trait that conservative men have always liked. I didn't realize that men all around didn't. I thought men always have liked, yeah. It would be great if it's not amped up to where it's a standard, like every girl has to have big, but I actually think most men appreciate.
Ay, Dios mío, mira eso. Look at that one. That one right there in the pink. She's beautiful, man. Look at those titties.
Communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political affiliation are the feet men? Libertarians.
Clearly.
Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women. That's it.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the f? Out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them.
She's so bold. She's great. Oh my gosh. What? She's so bold. I don't know how to respond to that. That's so funny. Yeah, the women looking for socially acceptable reason to hate on other women is so unfortunate. It seems like some women, some of course, definitely not all, some women will say they're a girl's girl until it means that that girl is doing something that they don't approve of. Kind of hypocritical.
White, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream, talking about how much she loves her genetics.
It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic state propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say the same shit. It's giving. It's giving.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving dick, okay? It's giving penis. It's giving cock.
She's crazy. In a good way, like, I like her. She's so funny. It kind of does all just start sounding the same, and it's fair for multiple people to have the same opinion. Things are going to be repeated, things are going to blend together, people will have the same take and point out the same things that they don't like. It's only fair, it doesn't necessarily mean they just all copy each other. But it's so quick, and the exact same words are being used, like eugenics. Did everyone even know exactly what eugenics were before this ad, and then they heard someone else say it, so then they looked into it, so now they're using it? A little suspicious. But maybe also hypocritical. I will acknowledge, wow, they do kind of all start sounding the same, like it's just echoing and they're all repeating each other. Well, I'm watching a woman and I'm kind of echoing a little bit. I'm kind of repeating her. So it's fair, it's gonna happen naturally. People agree and disagree with each other. But this one seems over the top. Yeah, I agree with that person who said this, so now it's being repeated a lot.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes are characterized in a conventionally attractive white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Not true, I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever when they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
Definitely had my own fair share of seeing a comment or two of, I don't like this person because they hate women. I don't like this person because they think women are objects. I don't like this person because, etc. But as soon as you, anyone, a woman, has an opinion that isn't shared with them, it might not even be about politics, they just get mad at you. some of the first people to throw out calling you a gold digging.
But then the ones who run around and say, you know, really, really push it and make that their identity and really sell themselves as male feminists, those are the guys I have an issue with. Because like you said, they're sneaky.
They don't run fast. They can't pick things up. They're not attractive. So they're little weasels. They're trying to find another way in.
Yeah.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign. And I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it. Do a backflip. Live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that other people had bad, inferior genes.
It's okay to say that you have good genes because you're an attractive person, or for someone to say that someone else has good genes because they're attractive or maybe even healthy. They have good genes. Clearly, there's all sorts of attractive people that you could say have great genes, or however you want to put it, that you could have just copied and pasted and put in this ad, who would have been all sorts of skin color. If anything, a few years prior, not saying she's not relevant anymore, but just kind of more of the it girl, Zendaya easily could have just been put in this ad. Some people might argue, no, she couldn't have because she doesn't really have big... Well, that's not the point. I think if they picked her because she was just the it girl at the time, then they would have slightly played into something else. I don't know, maybe about how she's super pretty too. She's just pretty in a different way. I mean, they're both really gorgeous facially, so they're not really pretty in a different way. They're both very pretty, but they would have maybe just advertised slightly differently where, hey, she has very long legs. I think she's tall. She looks very model-esque. So maybe they would have emphasized and shot more on her legs being stretched out, more so than her entire, like, they would have, you could have just copied and pasted another pretty girl who could have been the it girl, who could have been any skin color. And I think if they did this ad a few years ago, that girl would have been Zendaya.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country of your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her genes were better or the best, and it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas, look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney, and they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood. This is why corporations and the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly, because women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you. Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live-action Grinch movie.
Did she just call herself a who? Noticed in a lot of movies, animation movies originally turned live-action movies, but all around shows and live-action to live-action being redone, a lot of characters that were original characters, especially women characters, have actually been changed a lot to look different. Nothing wrong with the characters looking different, but it seems weird that it's always happening and it's typically just the women characters. So it just seems interesting that the women always have to be changed to look different. Maybe because a lot of women complain that there's too many women who don't look like them. Men aren't complaining about that. And men don't complain whenever characters change nearly as much.
Come on, you have so much body confidence. I mean, who wouldn't with those strong legs? So muscular. I'm jealous of how thick with strength they are.
Hey, I like your tie.
Thanks.
We know how to be friends.
You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What makes Sydney Sweeney's jeans better? Like, why did you get that joke? All us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right? You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What would be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person? It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, bitch. We have eyes.
We have eyes. I knew that Sydney Sweeney came from Euphoria. I have watched a few episodes of Euphoria. It's really out there. Definitely, that's a whole different subject. But before she blew up and is as big as she's being talked about now, remember thinking, oh wow, I really like this character. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Like, there's a lot of people in there that are pretty, but she's just really pretty. Maybe certain aspects about her character too, I'm not really sure. Maybe just because she was like a new face. Remember thinking that she was very pretty, not just because all these men like her, or it's because she's being pushed in society and she's in all these ads now, so we all just kind of collectively think, oh, she must be attractive because I guess she's popular. No, she got popular because she is attractive.
And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your full lips. That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to, but that's okay, because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you, not a YouTuber. Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that? While fashion is starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. Every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out the time. Just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holiday and the hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my god. You could not escape this. Also, suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean obese women. But yes, everywhere you looked, it was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen! Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died. Like many of the fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people are like,
oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Pointing out once again, it's a very heavily pushed thing on the women's side that was never heavily pushed. Oh no, I said heavily. Anyways, it's another thing that's happening majorly on a woman's side, where body positivity, well, that means that fat should be more accepted. That means obese is actually beautiful. That means if you're skinny, then you're out. Wait, what? Yeah, I think that the middle ground is often missed. People are trying so hard to push, we need acceptance, we need less hate on women who gain a little bit of weight. Hey, that's fair. Some of these commercials, ads, America's Next Top Model, they were crazy for who they dared to say, oh, you're a plus size model. What? This size 2 woman with like a little bit of a thicker thigh is what? Okay, so the 90s, a little crazy, a little out there with the, hey, have you tried fasting for like 3 days? Okay, there has been toxicity with you should lose weight. That was kind of right around the corner in the past, but that does not mean the better solution is to just say, well, being healthy, having exercise, a sports athletic girl being on a sports athletic magazine, get rid of that body type. Let's have someone who looks like this. We're going to just put it everywhere now? Because now if you have someone skinny or forbid being in shape, you hate fat people.
And these same types of people are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl.
Yeah, I think the most unfortunate thing about talks like this, or how society shifts because this isn't in anymore, so we're going to hear, is sometimes, unfortunately, the middle ground is overlooked. It's overstepped. People are so desperate to get back or get to a certain side that everybody pulls so aggressively that we're now into this. And I think it's completely fine, at least for right now, that saying that she has great genes or admitting that Sydney Sweeney is attractive doesn't mean that you're less attractive or is an attack on anybody who looks different from her. I don't really have anything else to say. The girl's great. Make sure you check out Shoe on Head, because that's the channel where I got this from. Also, my stream, which I'm probably streaming right now whenever this video is posted. So the links are down below for my Twitch and my other YouTube channel that I stream on. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.